Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
All right, what's up, everybody? We are back for a second episode. Kickin' It Stateside is live here at A2D Radio. I'm Adam. I'm with my brother, per usual. Brian, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Not much. So today, we're going to kind of, again, since the international break just happened this weekend, there was no Prem games. So now it's time to dive a little bit into the MLS Playoffs.
Yay, our playoff show.
Yeah.
Finally here.
So the first half, yes. So the first half of our show, we're going to go with a little MLS playoff action. We're actually going to run down the full slate, all the brackets, maybe make some predictions along the way. Tell you guys a little bit about, we're going to attend the Philly Union Red Bull game on Sunday.
This will be our second game attended this year.
Hell yeah. So after that, we'll kind of talk about the U.S. men's national team. Wonderful win over Cuba.
It was awesome.
If you could say that, I guess wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, they did what we wanted them to do. They made a statement. They didn't come out and, win 3-1 or anything like that. They played the young kids that we wanted them to play.
About time, and look what happens.
McKinney gets a hat trick in the first, 19 minutes of the game.
Yep.
And they just roll, man, 7-0, and they show that maybe there's something here.
Maybe.
Just
getting our hopes up. But, yeah, we'll dive into that a little more later. And we will do our Premier League Week 9 coming up.
Yes.
A little preview of that.
Yeah, we'll have to give our
predictions.
Yeah,
yep.
predictions.
Our 4 pick'em. The usual Q&A. I know I have some questions, and we'll finish up with a little bit of the red card, yellow card segment like we did last week.
Yeah.
And put some people on notice.
Absolutely, and I brought them this time.
Yeah.
So
we got physical cards to give people.
I'm going to write Sharpie people on here.
Yeah. The time, everything. All right, so before we get started, just got a couple sponsors to run down. Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You could reach them 856-889-3434, and the website is www.scanzinosports.com for all your lovely, I'm sure, party rentals and anything else you could possibly think of, including sports as a whole. So check them out. And Brian, what do you have for us?
We got Gibson Meyer LLC, certified public accountants. They are the #1 accountants in the area. They are located at 301 Oxford Valley Road in Yardley, PA.
Beautiful Yardley.
So right across the bridge from Jersey, you can come over, or if you right in the area in PA, it's a nice area. You can reach them at 215-369-3300. Again, that's Gibson Meyer LLC, public accountants. Actually, time of the year is going to be coming up sooner than later.
It's time.
Taxes done.
Damn it! Already?
Yeah.
So I guess
get some money.
Yeah,
I need some money, bro.
Give me that money. So I guess we got some poll questions again this week. We have on the A2D, the U.S. men's national team beating Cuba 7-0 is impressive. Do you agree or do you disagree? Also on YouTube, for all YouTube out there, a Premier League type question: will Watford be winless by the time Christmas time, that Boxing Day, comes around? Agree or disagree? So we'll find out what the people have to say.
I'll wait.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait on that.
My answer. You probably
Not yet.
know my answer.
If
you've watched or listened.
I was gonna say, if you know or have listened, it's like we are not huge on the Watford, and we're not on the Watford train whatsoever.
No one's on the Watford train.
Besides them.
They're not even on their own train.
Oh, come on. I'm sure they are.
Oh, they suck.
But yeah, before we get rolling, again, follow us on Instagram, kickinit_it_stateside. Facebook, Kickin' It Stateside, Twitter,
at K-Stateside,
and of course, follow us on iTunes and Spotify, where we put out our recorded shows every Thursday. So, please.
Did you say Facebook?
And Facebook, yeah.
We do have a Facebook, too.
And all that good stuff.
And all the A2D stuff, too.
Of course.
Obviously. Follow all.
Well, that's kind of just.
Everybody and everything. Follow
right
us
on.
Yes.
All right, shall we get moving on the MLS playoff?
Yeah, we're going to just
Do a little rundown on that.
do a rundown, kind of go through all the games, give some times, dates, where you can see them.
All that good
Talk
stuff.
about what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
In honor of the playoffs. Unfortunately, it had to come in this first week.
Yeah.
But
somebody's got to lose.
we'll get it out of the way early, I guess.
Somebody's got to lose,
Yeah,
man.
And then after that, someone can be kind of biased, I guess, after that. So.
Sure.
Yeah. So first game of the playoffs is Saturday, right?
I believe so,
Atlanta, New England at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta's the home team. They are the 2 seed.
Yes.
New England got the 7 with a nice little run at the end of the season there.
Yeah, they made a nice push to, that 7 seed for the whole season. It always comes down to that last week. You know, who's going to get in, and it's always a team that's like, not great, that they probably, in any other sport, they probably wouldn't be able to get into a playoff. But since now there's so many teams that are getting added in MLS, there's 7 per team per conference.
Correct.
So.
And the 1 seed gets the bye. Everybody
one
else
seed
has
does
to
get the
play
bye.
a single game.
Yeah, new format this year.
Yes. And then after that, it
Single
goes
game.
to the 2-game format.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Revs, any shot for the Revs to
you can't say they came in hot. They won 1 and drew 3 out of the last 4. I hate Bruce Arena, so he's their coach.
True.
And Atlanta, Atlanta's Atlanta. Joseph Martinez is a beast. Gonzalo, what's his name? Man, it's killing me now. But he's nasty. The midfielder from Argentina. He took over after Almiron.
Pity Martinez?
Yes, thank you. Gonzalo Martinez from Mexico. Yeah.
He's
Just
naughty.
Absolute beast. Yeah. So
Atlanta's firepower is insane.
Yeah.
Up top.
Yeah.
So, and at home playing in front of like 60,000 people at the Falcons Stadium, which is just unfair in my eyes. But,
yeah, they get the best venue in the game right now, I think.
But they get that many people.
And they do. They fill that stadium. And
they draw 60,000 people.
Yeah, Red Bull found it tough to play down there last year in the first game. That's what killed us in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, it's not going to be easy for anybody to go in and beat them in that stadium.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would easily pick Atlanta in this one, no doubt.
Yeah, I just don't think they can keep up with that firepower. I think Atlanta probably wins maybe like 3-0, maybe more than that.
Yeah, they could.
They could.
They could just make a statement game.
Because, Joseph Martinez, he's back, right?
Yeah.
He's back off from injury.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, not that Atlanta doesn't roll with him, but the way the rest of that team goes, they could probably get by without him. Or him at, half a game.
Yeah. That's, 30-some goals this year or something, or 20-something?
Yeah, he's a beast.
So, not looking great for the Revs fans out there. Sorry, guys.
No.
So let's go first with Toronto DC.
Okay.
In the 4-5 game.
Crazy how that
Toronto
happened.
Hosts. DC was hot in the beginning of the season, super hot, and then all of a sudden they kind of fell off a little bit. The whole Rooney thing. Now he's going back to England to be a player coach.
Coach with Derby
County.
Yeah.
So. After all that has happened, and apparently he's not happy in the U.S. anymore, DC United's kind of gone on a little bit of a skid.
They have.
And Toronto is the
Toronto's
complete opposite.
Yeah, they're one of the hottest teams coming in right now.
Yeah, by far. So Toronto, they have probably the experience with, the Josie Altidores and the Michael Bradleys and this Pozuelo kid that came in this year that's just banging in goals for them. Versus a DC team who I think Rooney could carry them only as far as, maybe he's going to put his team on his back.
Yeah.
Besides the little guy that they have, too.
Oh, Acosta.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Luciano.
Good. Yeah. Actually, I noticed the other day there is a lot of good Argentinian talent in the MLS.
Agreed.
Like a lot, like Diego Valeri.
Right.
I mean, we'll talk about when we get to Portland, but like, yeah, I was amazed to see how much has actually stayed up in this area and in this league and hasn't ventured off over into Europe yet.
That's true.
So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty good sign.
Yeah.
Because they're a very good competitive country every year. So.
Yeah, and Toronto's kind of been – last year they missed the playoffs completely, and then 2 years ago they won it.
Yeah. Dude, in 2017 they won the trifecta. They were one of the best like MLS teams ever.
Yeah.
And then just disappeared last year.
Yeah, they had a definite down year, and this is the first home game since that MLS playoff, that final that Toronto's hosted. So
that's pretty cool.
That is a cool stat.
Yeah, I have them and Atlanta as I think my top 2 teams come in the East right now.
I think Toronto's going to surprise some people.
Yeah,
just
as hot as they came in, they went 7-6, and then on the last day with the way everything panned out, they jumped all the way to 4 to get that home playoff game on the final day of the regular season. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, their last 5 games, 3 wins, 2 draws.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're going to be a tough force.
I'm with you with the Toronto possibly.
They're sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see them play, say, go to like an Atlanta or NYCFC. Just experience alone in the playoffs is so big, I think, for any sport usually, and especially this. And to have that home field in the first round is just huge. And
some veteran. They got a lot of veterans on that team.
Does DC have?
I don't know.
Can Rooney get the boys playing?
It depends on.
That's the whole thing.
It depends on how much Rooney values trying to win an MLS Cup before he goes back to England. If he looks at it as absolutely nothing, then they fade off with the way they kind of ended the regular season.
I could just see them like fizzing out.
But if he wants to just like add one more thing to his resume and like decides to step his game up, if he goes full blast for next month and a half, they're a tough team.
Yeah,
because he really does like carry that team 100%.
I just don't think he has anything left to really prove.
Yeah,
it's like.
Yeah, I mean, what is
if he
for
wants
him?
To play,
what is an MLS Cup? I guess nothing.
It's like whatever, man.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. He made his mark anyway in the league real quick and got out. So
good for him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
But I guess we'll run down the final game, the beloved Philly Union versus the Pink Cows of Harrison, New Jersey. So Brian and I will be attending that game.
Yes,
we will be.
We will be there.
But I'm not subjecting you to the Sons of Ben, though.
No, I appreciate that. I don't think they would let me sit with them. I mean, I have no problem.
No, they will not let you sit there.
Having a conversation with a few of them.
We wouldn't want you in there anyway.
No, they're welcome. We're all good. The Viking Army's going to be there. I'll have some people to hang out with. I'm not worried about it.
So they will be
if I have to venture off a little bit, I own my own. We will meet up in the parking lot after the game. It's all right.
I mean, I'm sure the Viking Army is going to bring at least 3 bus loads of people. I'm
sure.
They'll
be pretty deep. It's not that far of a ride.
So I guess to get into the actual game, the season series was split 1-1.
Yes.
Both home teams with wins. We were actually there, the game at Red Bull Arena, about a month ago?
Yeah, it was about a full month now.
So, and then way back when the Red Bull were up 2-0 and we came back and won 3-2. So it's been...
That was back when we were in class, I think.
Was it? I thought it was...
Maybe it's before.
Oh, maybe it was June or something. Yeah, I think it was before.
It was right before school started.
So, the Union... Much better home team than on the road. We suck on the road. We suck. And we have backed our way into the playoffs once again, which is typical Philly Union style. We're 1-3-1 in our last 5. We shit the bed against the Columbus Crew.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I mean, we haven't been much better, to be honest with you.
You haven't.
The only thing I can say is that in that first game, we did have a 2-0 lead and blew it. And ended up losing.
And then El Seno
3-2.
came on and did his magic.
Yeah. So that's a positive that at least we had that lead and we won 2-0 at home.
Yeah.
But we're not playing any better. We had an opportunity to go for that 4 seed and get a home game, and we choked our way out of it. So, I don't know. No expectations. It should be fun.
Now you got to come to Chester, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, we can do it. Talk about experience.
I'm
I'd like
nervous,
to see
man.
BWP in the starting lineup. I know, he's been injured a little bit, but when it comes to playoff experience, he's been there.
It's true.
So we'll see. We'll see what we got in store. I'm pumped.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, because we still haven't won a playoff game yet in our 10-year history.
Yeah.
We're 0-4, with the last home game being 2011 against the Houston Dynamo and Brian Ching.
Dynamo played a good game recently, too. Yeah, they kept Galaxy in that out of the 4th spot.
Oh, yeah.
From having a home game. Damn,
can,
Dynamo.
I guess we can segue into that.
I mean, we could.
Talk a little bit about the West.
We
maybe.
got to go West, too. We got to talk about East and West.
We could do that. Galaxy and the Minnesota United is the 4-5.
Galaxy's in trouble.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those where you have Zlatan Ibrahimovic on the Galaxy, if people do not know that. He is going to take them as far as he's going to do his thing. The Galaxy haven't won a away playoff game since 2012. Yeah. And I honestly don't see it happening again.
And they had every opportunity to get that home game.
Yeah.
And this Minnesota team is legit.
They're good.
Dude, they're out of them and LAFC, they're my top 2 that I have in the West right now.
They have a very good home record so far this year.
Yeah. Ozzy Alonso, he was the captain for the Sounders for all those years on those
veteran
good
guy
teams.
to have on the team. Vito Minoni, former Prem goalie.
Yeah, and on defense, what's his name? Opara.
Yeah.
Opara's
like Opara.
Yeah, he was Defender of the Year in 2017 with the not with the Timbers, with
he's up for it again.
Yeah, he's up for it again this year with KC, Sporting KC.
Yes.
So
that was when KC was in their glory days.
Yeah. Yeah, they were good.
So yeah,
they got some power.
So Zlatan.
What you got? God. He calls himself God.
He does. He refers himself in
when he came to LA, he tweeted out to LeBron that now LA had a king and a god. So
he probably wants a statue outside the stadium already.
Yeah, he's got one. He's got one at Malmo that we're talking about.
So yeah, I mean, I don't see the Galaxy going on the road and winning. To be honest, they're not a good road team at all.
No, although they have been a little bit different since they've gotten Pavone.
Right.
I mean, that gives them maybe one opportunity there because he does bring some speed and pace to that outside and moves the ball. And if Zlatan, like you said, if he decides he wants to play for one more game this year,
just one more,
that could be he can always score. He can put some goals in the net.
He can score, but again, Minnesota's a great home team.
They are.
But
I'm definitely picking Minnesota because, like I said, I have them.
But it's Minnesota's first playoff appearance in their history.
In their history.
So I think it's a toss-up.
Yeah, but they're home, pumped up too, first playoff appearance.
And that stadium looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
They have like the yellow wall, whatever.
I see them rolling. I see them going, trying or somewhat taking a pass towards the Western Conference Finals. Minnesota. That's one of my
dark horse, eh?
Dark horses, yes. For the West. Then we got old reliable Seattle Sounders sitting there. 2 seed?
2 seed against a 7 seed FC Dallas.
They really wanted that playoff spot, scoring a 6-piece in the final game of the year to pretty much secure it.
I mean, Dallas is just I don't know.
Yeah, I mean Seattle's rolling.
I think they got a tough uphill battle with this game. Again, for those that you don't know, Seattle plays in the Seahawks Stadium, so they'll probably jam close to 40,000 people in that thing. And
they will fill it up.
And Seattle loves their soccer. I've been out there, but I've never been to an actual game. I always wanted to. Never had it always never worked out.
Yeah, I'd like to. I've never even been out there, so I'd love to get out there.
Their fans are crazy. They're going to bring it, and I think FC Dallas is in for a
Rui Diaz is nasty. Jordan
tough
Morris
one.
is pretty nasty. So.
Nico Ladero.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one for Dallas on the road.
Yeah, definitely.
And Dallas is 3-11-3 on the road, which is not very good. 3 wins the whole year.
And then what do you got? Real Salt Lake and Portland.
And Portland Timbers,
It's hard to pick against Portland in a playoff game, especially now at one game.
Well, Portland, the playoffs aren't the playoffs unless Portland's in it.
Exactly.
Like, Timbers Army is the epitome of, like, a hell of a fan base. And they're going to bring it, even though they're on the road, which kind of sucks. Like, they had renovations at their stadium the first half of the season, so they played their first, I think, 11 or 12 on the road.
Yeah.
So then their second half was very back. Their home schedule, they had like 12 in a row at home, and they still only had the 6th seed.
Yeah.
Which is kind of disappointing for the Timbers because Diego Valeria's
He's
still
another one of those Argentinians that we were
still
saying.
one of the best players in this league.
Oh, yeah, by far.
So to go on the road, I'm going to go with like experience of the Timbers to
I think
probably
they'll
pull
probably
this
take
out.
this like a 2-1 game.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
I forget what I even had. I think I had 2-1.
We're usually on the same page.
Oh, I had 2-0. I'm sorry.
look at
Shutout. On the road, which is probably insane for me to say.
Not necessarily. They're a good team, man. And they had, like you said, they had the experience.
It's all about the experience. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
With that squad, there's no reason they should have been the 6th seed. No way.
There's a chance to watch most of these games, too. Everybody, so.
Yeah. I think most
Take
of
the
them are
opportunity.
on
They're usually on ESPN or ESPN
ESPN.
News or something on the late night.
FS1, I think.
That Portland game's at 10 o'clock at night, so.
Yeah, the old late West Coaster.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it starts on Saturday. I think the first one is Atlanta and New England at 1.
Yeah.
And then it just goes from there. And then I don't know, what's the last one on Sunday?
The last one on Sunday is, that's the Minnesota Galaxy game.
Okay.
We'll be done our game at home in enough time to catch that, so. That'll be cool.
Well, there is another important game on Sunday night.
For you.
For me, yeah.
No.
Very important game that I'm going to race home for.
I hope it's a tie.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, any bold predictions going forward for the MLS playoffs?
I guess my 2 biggest things was
Any favorites you have besides the LAFCs and
I like
NYCFC?
Atlanta in the East and I like Toronto in the East. Those are my 2 I think I see possibly coming out of there. I don't think NYFC's experienced enough. I think they'll blow it playing at Citi Field instead of Yankee Stadium. And that'll just be even more entertaining to see another team lose at Citi Field that's not the Mets. So that's cool.
I hope so.
And, in the West, you have LAFC, clearly.
I mean, they've been a juggernaut the whole season.
Supporter Shield winner. Plus 48 goal differential on the regular season at astronomical numbers.
Yeah.
Record-setting year by Carlos Vela.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to pick against them. But then I have Minnesota. I think Minnesota has the most veteran leadership left on those teams in the playoffs. Guys that have been there, guys that have played in the MLS Cup, in Alonso, and that's kind of where I'm at.
I think Seattle. You never can sleep on them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
All the experience. I mean, Jordan Morris.
Sleepless in Seattle.
He's watch him. You got to watch Jordy.
He is. He's legit.
You know, he had a little off season last year with the injuries and stuff, but I think he's going to come back. I think Seattle's strong. Obviously, LAFC, with them just being insane this year, you know, like you said, plus 48 goal differential. They won the West by 16 points, which is pretty crazy for the MLS or any league, really.
What did they win the Supporter Shield by? What was the difference between them and New York?
LAFC had 72, New York 64. So,
8. I mean, that's a lot usually. It's usually within, comes down to the last day, maybe the week before.
Yeah, NYCFC actually had a really good season. I didn't even take into that.
Yeah.
They only lost one time at home.
A lot of people don't realize they are a legit team.
I forget they're even a team.
Yeah.
I don't consider them. I don't consider if you're playing on a baseball stadium to be an actual team.
Oh, well, talking about that too,
For
people that aren't big fans yet or want to become fans,
it's like new MLSers maybe.
Yeah, like people that maybe watch Premier League that haven't watched MLS that are interested in watching MLS. Like, how do you pick a team?
Yeah.
Can you find similarities in your city or your team that you can, kind of pick an MLS team based off of that? I guess we'd be happy to help if anybody had any questions.
Yeah.
Or actually, our fan that we got after last week's show, Eric.
Oh, yeah, Eric.
He had a question. What's up,
bro?
Eric? Hopefully he's watching. He had a question for me. He doesn't really have an MLS team yet.
He's searching.
And he was searching for a team, and he threw out, what about LAFC? Not just because they had such a great year,
right?
But because they're a newer team. They were an expansion team only a few years ago, newer franchise. And I wrote him back. I said, they are pretty cool. They got a cool supporter base. If you're a Philly, 4-for-4 guy, though, you kind of got to go Union, I would think.
I agree.
So him and I kind of worked out a deal going into our playoff game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What's this?
So I left this
secret
from you. But basically, if the Union win this game that we are attending, he will be a Union fan.
And
if the Red Bull win this game, then he will be an LAFC fan.
What?
Yeah, I'm not even asking him to be a Red Bull fan.
What the
I
hell?
just don't want him to be a Union fan, and he wanted to be an LAFC fan, and he was torn between them and Union, so that's the bet I made.
Oh, boy. We better win now.
And he's down for it. So I'm basically either turning him into an LAFC fan or you guys are going to turn him into a Union fan by beating Red Bull.
I was waiting for you to say if we lose, he's going to be a Red Bull fan.
No. I was gonna kind of ask him if he was cool with that, but he had the interest in LAFC, so I just rolled with it, and I presented the offer, and he was all with it, so he is locked in. Go Red Bull.
I'd rather him be an LAFC fan than a Red Bull, honestly. Let's be real. I wouldn't want anyone to be subjected to that.
Thanks, pal.
Nonsense. But yeah, I think LAFC is obviously going to probably get to the final. And from the East, I want to say Atlanta. Just because they have that. Last year, obviously, they won the league. They missed Joseph Martinez big time when he was out there for that month and a half. So he's back. What his health is at, thus far with not playing. Has he played at all?
Yeah.
In the regular season since he's gotten hurt?
Yeah.
Or is this going to be his first game back? I haven't really
No, he's
been
playing.
Him.
No,
Has he?
Yeah, he was on a goal streak. He was on a crazy goal streak.
Oh.
Yeah.
See? I thought he's been out for the last month.
No, he's been back for a while now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not nice for the rest of the league.
Yeah, it's not nice for the rest of the league. No, he's been in beast mode, man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, definitely Atlanta. Atlanta LAFC would be a pretty awesome final. I feel like that would be, especially for the MLS people or the people that don't really watch the MLS. That would be a great one to tune into because that would be like a 4-3 game.
Oh yeah, that'd be
goals,
high
goals.
pace. Yeah, a lot of back and forth, a lot of goal scoring.
So if you don't have a team, that might be who you want to root for. Those two teams.
Yeah, I mean, there's different ways you can pick your team. Like I said, we would help kind of to guide you.
You could go on colors.
Yeah, colors. Well, it's weird because I feel like a lot of City fans are NYC fans because it's both city. It's New York City, Man City, similar color scheme.
Well, they are an affiliate technically.
Yeah, and true.
Because Jack Harrison is on loan at Man City, or he went there permanently, and now he's on loan, I think, at Derby County.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
The English kid.
Yeah.
Who ripped it up Was that 2 years ago, I guess? Jack Harrison.
Zach Steffen's technically owned by City, too.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's only
I
on
keep
loan
forgetting
to Dusseldorf.
Keep forgetting. Oh, yeah, Jack Harrison's on Leeds.
Oh, Leeds with my boy,
Yeah.
Frankie. They're killing it.
Freaking Leeds, man.
I love Leeds.
Are they doing good, too?
They started off in first place. I think they've dropped down, but they're having a decent year. They might make it up this year.
I'm going to find out.
They're going to be in that battle. I think they're at least top 5 currently, the way that league's sitting.
Leeds. Let's go, Leeds.
What's Leeds up to?
I think Leeds, they're in 5th.
All right, yeah. So
in the English Championship.
All they got to do is get up there, get into that playoff. That little.
But yeah, I'm going off on like a crazy sidetrack here.
It doesn't matter. It's our show. We can do what we want.
True.
You know?
Once I said Jack Harrison, it just started trickling down.
That's the problem. The biggest thing with soccer is guys will play for 4, 5, 6 different clubs. So as you start talking about
It's
one
like,
guy,
who is
it
he
opens
on?
up the door to here, and he played with him, and then it's like you could just open a million doors
You
all
can.
day long. Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, anything else you got on the MLS before we move on?
No, I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it's always an exciting playoff. I think it's obviously a different structure
Or what would
than
you say to
the
the
European
fan that
fans are used to.
hasn't watched an MLS game yet?
If you've never watched an MLS game, this is the perfect time to start because it's playoff time. It's like, especially this new round, like win or go home.
One and doneer, yeah.
Yeah, like these are going to be exciting games. These teams are going to be pressing. They're going to be, especially if somebody gets down 1-0 or 2-0, it's going to really open the game up. You're going to see.
Tactically, it's so different with like two leg. It's like, oh, if you lose 1-0, you can bounce back in your home leg and anything goes.
Oh yeah.
So now it's like,
In this one game, yeah, you gotta
bring it.
It's all or nothing.
Yep.
So
Which, I don't know. I kind of like the two-legger.
I like the 2-legger.
It's just very long, drawn-out process. Like,
Yeah, they go back to the 2 legs after this, and then the one game for the championship.
mm-hmm.
But they got to get that sped up a little bit because it was getting a little late.
They were playing the final in December.
Yeah,
and it
last
was, like,
year,
snowing.
the Eastern Conference Final, the game 2 that I went to, that basically Red Bull had no chance anyway.
Right.
Dude, I was, how cold it was, like November 24th, and
Yeah.
I was so cold going to
Yeah,
that game.
always the final is the
Yeah.
first Saturday in December.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what? What are we
Yeah.
doing here?
Especially when it have a lot of East Coast dominant teams in the East,
Mhm.
like in a very cold northern East Coast part. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it is a good time to really tune into the MLS.
Yeah, gives people an opportunity. I put it up on that one Facebook page that I belong to, the football banner, with all the people that are basically UK, almost everybody. And hopefully I put a picture of the bracket up and told them, if they have any questions, they want to pick a team, check it out because the league has gotten a lot better.
Absolutely.
And it's very exciting.
And if you're a fan of any Philadelphia team, you should definitely tune in to the game on Sunday. 3
Absolutely,
o'clock.
yeah. If you're Philly fans,
FS1.
obviously go 5 for 5, become a Union fan. Except Eric. Eric put his fandom on the line in my hands, so he might be going LA.
That's all I got to say. Come on, the U.
Whatever. We'll see. PWP's coming
All right.
with me. BPW. We have the same initials, just in
Oh, my God.
different orders.
That's amazing.
That's probably why I love them.
Maybe. All right. That's enough of the MLS.
So we're going to talk some international ball?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
Let's start with our beloved U.S. men's team.
Yeah, man, that was fantastic.
7-0 whooping of Cuba.
They did what we asked them to do.
Mm-hmm.
We said play the young players. Don't play these vets that have gotten all these caps that don't need them.
Mm-hmm.
All the vets stayed on the bench. The young players played. And boom, works out. 7-0 victory.
And-
Smooth sailing.
And granted, it was against Cuba, who isn't the best.
Again, but it wasn't like a typical U.S. game of years ago that could have been like 3-1
Right.
against a team like Cuba.
It was a dominant performance,
It was.
which we said last Tuesday that we would come in here like pissed off and freaking out if we only won or drew. So.
Oh yeah, anything less than what they did, I wouldn't have been satisfied.
We called them out. We said, "Hey, let's pick up the pace.
Yeah. Somebody's listening." So
Apparently Weston McKinney's listening. That boy was on fire.
Yeah, 19 minutes hat trick.
Mm-hmm.
Sargent got one, right?
Yep, Joshy's got one.
Who else got a goal in that game?
I think there was one own goal even. Jordan Morris.
We were just talking about him
And
for Seattle.
Pulisic got a penalty.
Oh, that's right.
That was the last one.
Pulley took the penalty.
Yeah, Weston McKinney got a hat trick in 13 minutes,
Oh,
actually.
13 minutes. Sorry.
Yeah. He got one 30 seconds in. He got one in the 5th. And then he got one in the 13th.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So
That's what we needed to do.
it is.
Now
And
let's see what happens tonight.
we play Canada.
Yes, our brothers up north.
Our brethren from the north in Toronto. So,
The only thing I will say is I've been calling for the young players. But I feel just because I'm a sports fan in general and I'm a nostalgic kind of guy, Mr. Bradley's got to start tonight.
yeah.
Because he's played for Toronto for all these years. Playoffs
If
are coming
Berhalter
up.
has any pulse on the team or like the fan base,
Yeah, or just in general, you gotta know what the
He
whole
plays for
situation.
Toronto.
He plays for Toronto. He's won a championship for Toronto. He's an American. He's been the American captain.
oh, he'll wear the captain's armband
Tonight,
easily tonight.
on the field, even if he plays a half and then you pull him out, whatever.
If Berhalter doesn't put him as a captain tonight, he's an idiot.
And I don't even like him.
No.
I don't like him on the team at this point in the way, but at this point because he is on the team,
he's gotta play,
it's got to
though.
happen.
He's
Yeah,
got to play.
When the lineups come out, if he's not in there and he's not the captain tonight, then Berhalter really has no clue on how to coach a team.
Like as a holding midfielder,
Yeah.
he's our best holding midfielder.
And-
When Tyler Adams has been hurt,
Oh, yeah.
I would like to see Tyler Adams in.
Well, Tyler played at the very end of the Cuba game,
Okay.
so he is back. So I would like to start Bradley and then maybe get Tyler again sometime in the second half.
Okay.
Because that's your good story right there, too. And,
Right.
And you need a guy with some experience because Toronto, or Canada in general, isn't a bad team.
No.
We talked about them before. They're not a world power by any means, but they have a kid in Alfonso Davies who's continuing to make a name for himself at a young age. Did it through the MLS. Now he's with Bayern, and he's his career's rolling. Hoyet, what's his name? Hoyet. I think he played for Cardiff.
Junior Hoylett.
Yeah, he's been over in the Premier League now.
Yeah, he was on QPR there for a hot minute.
Yeah, in English League One, but he's been, he's been over in Europe and playing at a high level, so they have some experience there.
I was just going. Oh, I'll kind of slide into the go into the poll.
And interrupt you got any time with these questions or whatever,
Yeah, man.
But yeah.
Yeah, so going for
for it,
the
Ralph.
poll, 100% for agree with the United States men national team beating Cuba 7-0 is impressive. So 100% from that as well on that
Awesome.
poll.
And I saw Tom said any win for the men's team is a good one.
Absolutely. I agree.
True.
And then we have James Wilder, who's actually from Canada.
Nice.
Our national Canadian friend.
Oh.
Said,
what's up, dude?
going on, boys. As long as TFC doesn't advance, I'm happy DC fan for a day.
Nice.
Yes. I agree. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a huge DC guy, but Toronto annoys me because Michael Bradley and Josie, I feel like those two guys.
Oh yeah,
don't know.
I'm not a big fan. I think they're just
When they're on Toronto,
they're hot at the right time.
I don't like them.
Yeah, they're just hot at the right time. Unfortunately, it is weird though that when two of your biggest stars for your team over the last 10 years played their best career ball like in MLS for the Canadian team
Yeah.
of MLS. Like,
Amazing.
yeah, it's crazy.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it should be hopefully good.
yeah, dude. I'm not going to do it now because that's a segment for later. But we'll talk about great win against Cuba. You did what you needed to do, but now it's got to keep coming. like today's a big test because if you don't show up today, now it's going to be like, well, you rolled against them and now you let off, and you should beat this Canadian team. As good as I'm hyping the Canadian team up a little bit, it's a team that you should definitely be beating at this juncture.
To put up a touchdown against a team, I just saw Michael in the comments said, listen to U.S. scoring, it's an achievement, but to score a touchdown and to tack in the extra point, he loves it.
Yeah.
And I do too.
I would
think
like
it's
to
impressive.
see it again tonight.
If we put up more than 5 against Canada, it wouldn't be like, whoa, my God, like, holy shit. But
I see more of like a 3-1 win, honestly.
yeah,
US.
It depends on – I don't even know who the hell Canada put on their roster.
I know Davies is there.
Is he?
Yeah, he's absolutely there.
This is the one time I'm going to look up Canadian men's national team.
This is pretty much – this is the big game for them is playing us right now.
Yeah, but Canada's not good.
You keep saying that, but
They're not.
they're not that bad. Look at their
No,
world
they're bad.
ranking.
It's not good.
What's their FIFA world ranking?
Probably in like the 70s or 80s.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to look at their FIFA world ranking.
I just wanted to see who the hell was on the
Because
damn team.
I would say they're not much worse than us, honestly.
Come on.
Watch.
Let's not do this.
Let's
not do this.
Let's go FIFA world rankings right now.
Tisho Akindele, okay. He's average. MLS player. Oh, Brett. Our good friend Brett, he was like, I can think of the kid you were – because remember you were trying to come up with the name of the Canadian kid last episode and you couldn't think of him?
Yes.
He thought it was Scott Arfield, who plays for Rangers
Mm-hmm.
in Scotland. But I was like, I don't know if that was it.
No, I was thinking of Junior.
Jay Chapman, who the hell is that?
All right. So I was a little off.
Davies. Okay, I don't know any of these other guys. Daniil Henry, I guess. Junior Hoylett.
Yeah, Junior was who I was thinking of.
Oh, Jackson Hamel from Montreal.
So here's where we stand right now.
Will Johnson, come on, man.
FIFA
Stop
World
it.
Rankings, Canada is 75.
That's what I thought, 70 to 80 range.
And we are higher than I actually expected. I'm going to look into this.
What are we, 20?
21st. That's
Okay.
a really good guess. But I'm very surprised to see us ranked over Poland, Wales, Ireland, honestly,
Really?
Nigeria.
Better than Poland?
Yeah, Poland is one behind us right now. Poland is sitting 22nd, and we're 21st.
Hmm.
That's very, very,
Interesting.
very shocking to me.
Yeah, the Canadian.
That's a good thing. I'm pleased by it, but I'm just surprised.
The Canadian team, it's a bunch of MLS guys who are decent for MLS.
Yeah, and one guy,
Mark Anthony Kay and
one guy in Bundesliga and one guy in
Kyle Larin. I forgot he's Canadian.
the championship.
Who else? Jonathan Osorio.
Yeah.
Oh, Samuel Piet.
They're not horrible.
Russ Tybert. Oh, come on. That is not a good team. Can you tell him, people?
Well, let's then
Comment and say Brian's crazy for thinking Canada's good.
put it this way: if you're saying that, then
Crazy.
then it better be 4-0 tonight, 5-0.
It should be. Because
We'll see.
this is just, yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what kind of lineup we get. They didn't drop lineups yet, did they?
No, we're getting down to that, though. What is it, 7:30, right?
Yeah,
Tonight?
the game's at 7:30, so lineups usually come out an hour before.
Yeah.
So it'll be like maybe we'll catch them right as we're ending the show.
Yeah, so...
And then you got Mexico-Panama tonight, too.
Ooh.
After. Actually, this is a good game to watch. I hope that's televised somewhere. That's
Oh, it's
actually
probably on the...
they speak English, but I doubt it.
No.
Probably not. Not that game.
Univision.
It'll be on Univision.
Or it's not Univision anymore. It's something else.
BN. Or one of
It's
them.
like TUDVNT.
Telemundo.
Yes. Any other international news or scores or
our-
any games
Our
that...
boy Pookie scored twice today for Finland against Armenia.
Yeah.
So that was cool. He's a show favorite, fan favorite from Norwich.
The Finnish assassin.
Switzerland won 2-0 over Ireland, unfortunately. Although I like the Swiss team. I like a couple of the players. Xhaka, obviously, from Arsenal, was on the Swiss team, and Shaqiri. So they
Not Shakira.
Not Shakira. Spain and Sweden.
Sweet.
Drew. 1-1. They're
Swedes.
Yeah. I don't really care about the Swedish team since Zlatan's not there anymore.
Yeah. Did he officially retire from
Uh,
international?
he didn't. No,
Or
they
he
just don't invite
Didn't call
him. Yeah, like
He can still
They-
play though.
yeah, they don't care. They don't want that.
Who's the other
They don't
Swedish
want that
striker?
Zlatan. They just don't want that Zlatan. They don't want to deal with him.
Yeah.
And Gabon played today.
You and your African love.
Dude, Aubameyang played. Got a yellow card. Didn't even score, and they still won 3-2. It's awesome.
He doesn't need to score.
They beat Morocco.
That's tough.
Fantastic. It is.
Crazy.
That's tough.
The Moroccan national team.
In Morocco. Morocco had a home game.
Come on, it's on the road against Morocco.
International friendly.
That's amazing.
It is. It's the international break, bro. What do you want from me?
I know. I'm just teasing.
I know.
I just think it's funny. Yeah, there's really nothing crazy. I think today's all
No.
really CONCACAF.
Yeah, there was some European qualifiers, and there were some international friendlies, and then we got our games tonight for the Nations League.
I'm going to tune into Aruba versus Jamaica.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, I want to take you.
The Mexican coach, Tata, was asked about this Nations League and his thoughts about it.
He didn't like it?
No, actually, he was for it. And
Oh, he was?
his big thing was he told his players, like, it's like you're playing in the youth leagues again. Like, it's like you're coming up. Like, you're playing teams like Bermuda. For them to play Mexico and the U.S., that's like a World Cup for these guys.
True.
So you can't not be up for these games because they're going to come up and wanting to beat you for these games. And you got to just remember where you came from and take it for what it is and, just play hard. So I kind of liked his outlook on that, actually.
I love it.
Because a lot of these, because I know what's his name, Klopp and not Klopp, the other one, Klinsmann and somebody else had been complaining.
Your favorite
about it.
coach.
Yeah, moron. I don't like him.
Oh, did you want to talk about the Bulgarian?
Yeah,
craziness?
I guess we should talk about that before we get into any of the Prem stuff. So for those who don't follow closely, one thing that's big in our country for sports, there's a lot of issues with racism and things like that, but I don't think people realize how big it is in this game and how global it still is.
Yeah.
And the England-Bulgaria game, England absolutely housed them to begin with, so let's say that. That was good to see. But it was the first game played under these new rules in FIFA and CONCACAF or UEFA. With the zero tolerance to racism, because there was some racist chants. There was Bulgarians putting up the Nazi symbols, dressed in all black, and it basically got to the point where there was a complaint. So now basically the rules is if the player complains, the game it's brought to the ref's attention, and they will announce over the loudspeaker that it needs to stop.
Okay.
If it continues, then the game will be brought to a halt for the second time. They'll announce it again. And then after the third time,
So it's like a three-strike thing.
Yeah, basically if there is a third strike, then the game can be abandoned. And that means that the host country, that is basically the ones responsible for it.
Play your games behind closed doors.
Yeah, you got to play games behind closed doors, which has actually happened where there are major games being played literally with nobody in the stands. Completely empty.
Just because a bunch of idiots.
Just because, there's a few idiots that still want to come out with that kind of bullshit. So it was close, and England had complained. Harry Kane went over because a couple of his guys had called him the captain.
Yeah.
Had to talk to the ref. The ref did a good job about getting the game under control. I guess after the second warning, England had the right to walk off the field. They're supposed to remove the players from the field, but they chose to stay on the field. They wanted to play the game out.
Finish it out.
Finish it out, and they actually removed those group of people from the stands, and they finished the game out. And I guess the best thing to say is that 4 of the goals came from African American players.
Yeah.
So they kind
So-
of did it with their feet, did the
Rashford.
talking. Yeah, Rashford, 2 from Sterling, and 1 from Tammy, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I saw Sterling tweeted something out. He was
And-
like, "Great game," and it was Bulgaria's a class team, whatever. He's like, but their fans are.
yeah, and their players were pissed off. Like their
Yeah.
captain was over yelling at their fans. Their players did the right thing. Everybody in this situation did the right thing.
Yeah.
Sterling's actually one of the biggest advocates for the racism problem in this game right now. So for him to be there in that situation and step up, not only with his play and kind of just, he kept his mouth shut and let the process work itself out, that was good to see.
Well, yeah. I mean, these guys, they don't want the game to stop. Like, they
No.
want to give, like, the fans a show, and they feel like it would be, if they stopped, they're going to get shit for it. Be like, well, why'd you stop the game, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but at some point, enough's going to be enough.
Oh, yeah.
And if they can't control these fans, then they need to be able to, we don't have as bad as a problem in this country that we have still with race. We don't seem to have it in the sports world where you have these chants that overwhelm a stadium. That would never happen here.
Yeah.
Because the other people around wouldn't allow that to happen
Right.
either. So you don't get what they get over there. Like, these guys are under it way worse than probably most of these American athletes are.
Oh, my God, yeah. I mean,
So-
you see it all the time with
Yeah.
the whole
Tyrone Mings was the one who.
throwing the bananas out on the field. And
Oh yeah, Bama Yang's had multiple bananas
just
thrown at him.
stupid shit, or even chants.
Yeah.
A monkey chants.
I
Just
love
like,
him
what
though.
Are we doing here?
He did the Black Panther mask in the stands after he
Yeah, that
scored
was
the goal
sweet.
to combat the bananas being thrown at him. So that was pretty dope. That was right when the movie was like super hot too.
Yeah,
So
you gotta
picked a good time for that.
think of something to give an FU back to them, I guess, a little bit
Yeah.
without actually saying it.
So yeah, kind of classless.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah,
it just
just-
keeps continuing, and hopefully it doesn't. But
Yeah, just tried to make light of that because that was kind of like a big topic, I guess,
yeah,
that overshadowed a good international break
exactly.
was that. And it keeps happening, and
Yeah, it's
you
got to
know,
go. There's
yeah.
no place for it in any of this.
yeah, unfortunately, I feel like unless, you see like the rule in college football where, what's that rule? It's like something crazy. You basically get like your program gets 20 or 15, whatever years.
Well, that's what they're going to have to do
Probation.
because it's a national
You gotta make
thing.
you gotta make
Yeah.
somebody like
accountable.
right
Yeah.
in the example.
And if
Somebody's got to get a huge like
If these national teams are getting like a 20-year suspension from international play,
yeah.
like that's huge. Like that's how you got to combat it. That's a great idea, actually.
And I mean that's how they make money. These FAs
Oh yeah.
like Bulgaria, they don't want to, but
Yeah.
I mean if it's gonna keep happening,
Yeah, that team makes a lot of money for that country, probably too. Like
Um,
that's the biggest sport there, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like it is in most countries. So that being able to play in all these tournaments and all that, if they lose any of that, that's a killer for that country.
absolutely.
So the whole country's got it. Actually, the head of the FA for Bulgaria stepped down after that game. Like immediately after. He was like,
I
I'm
did see that.
getting out of here.
He's
Yeah.
out. He's not gonna deal with that anymore.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
He jumped ship real quick.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of make light of that because that was a
Yeah, it needed to
big
be brought to the
topic.
forefront. Thank you. I had that in my head of what a couple
Feel
things
like
I wanted
that's,
to talk about today.
anything else international you could think of.
Not really. No, it's just
Just Euro qualifiers have been going on and
yeah, this is it.
that kind of good stuff.
Everything's done pretty much after tonight.
Yep.
And this week or whatever, the next couple days, because we got to get right back to the league plays and the playoffs for us and the Premier League, which we're
Prem's
heading.
back.
Yes,
The Prem is back.
thank
Let-
goodness.
That's what I said. I was like, thank God. I don't know how many texts I've got this weekend that was like, what are you supposed to do? It's like they take it away from you,
Yeah,
and you're like, I don't know what to do on Saturday.
I worked at Penn all day with you.
Hey, I was there.
Yeah, you got to leave though.
That's true. I did get to leave.
I had to sit through volleyball.
Yeah, but I had to lug all that shit up Franklin Field steps and down. Yeah. All right. Well, let's run down the Week 9 fixtures.
Let's do it.
Of the Prem.
I'm ready.
So
start in order. Start with the old breakfast game.
Breakfast game. Everton hosts West Ham.
7:30 a.m. our time. If you're unfamiliar with our breakfast game,
yes,
that is the first game every week.
Every morning, every Saturday morning.
Yes, very early our time, but
it's one of those. If it's your team, you might get up. If it's not, it's probably not going to happen.
I get up because I'm a morning person.
I try to. Depends on, I guess, what I do on Friday nights.
Yes.
I'll get up maybe at halftime, but we'll see. Everton's going to – you know what? Everton, I won't even get up because I'm just
you're that pissed off at them,
I'm on
aren't you?
strike for Everton.
I'm going to get up and root for West Ham, I think, just because I'm on strike from Everton too.
So West Ham on the road, I guess the Toffees, are they going to get a win at home?
I don't want him to because I want Silva fired, man. I keep calling for it. And
that's true.
There's no way if he keeps grabbing a win here and there, he's not going to get fired. So
that's true.
The only way for that to happen is for them to keep losing, unfortunately. So sorry, guys, but I hope you lose again.
Will he switch up the formation? Is he going to do something crazy? Is he going to maybe start Moses Keane?
If he listened to our show, he would.
Like, is he going to do anything, or is he just going to go down with the ship?
I don't know, man.
Or is he just like waving the white flag where he's like, I'm done anyway? Like,
yeah. I'd be starting Keane right off the jump. I'd be starting Richarlison at striker instead of this right wing experiment because it's not working.
It's not working.
You just took 15 to 20 goals out of your lineup this year so far because that's what we were predicting him for before the start of the year, and it wasn't an unreasonable prediction with his performance last year. So, yeah, until he fixes his coaching, I don't know. I have no faith in him.
Yeah.
We're not going to pick him because we got so tired of picking Everton and being let down, picking positively. We're not going to pick this game at all this week, but I wouldn't be surprised.
To touch Everton.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see West Ham go on the road and draw or win. No problem against the way this team's been playing. So we'll see.
Yeah, and West Ham, I mean, they were playing really, really well, and then, they go to, what was it, Palace that they lost to last time?
Yeah.
Out. And that we didn't see happening.
No one did, really.
Because I think West Ham was on like a 6-game unbeaten streak or something like that, and Palace was kind of like floundering a little bit. Or they're very inconsistent, let's say.
Yeah, they were back and forth pretty much.
Yeah.
But looking bad, when they look bad, they look really bad, and when they look good, they look like good enough.
To win.
To win. Barely. Sometimes. But they were winning. They were winning. And our D.C. Palace fans.
Yeah. Hopefully they're
that's our biggest Twitter follow is a fan base from D.C. that's a Crystal Palace D.C. fan base. So we always got to give them a shout-out.
They're first to jump on the Kickin at Stateside
they were
bandwagon,
first
I guess,
one on
to
the
say.
bandwagon, and hopefully they're on the A2D bandwagon now, too. I've sent them some info.
Let's hope so.
So hopefully they're checking us out down in D.C.
What's up, boys and girls? I always say that. Let's see. Let's run down the 10 o'clockers, yeah?
What do we got for 10 o'clock?
We'll start with Bournemouth and Norwich. I mean, the Cherries at home against the Norwich team who's really, really struggling.
Cherries and Canaries.
Not maybe the same together, though. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want Bournemouth to go back to being Bournemouth like we always used to say.
I know. I just need to see Norwich do something positive.
I know. You were riding the Canary train.
I know.
And it's kind of
and Bournemouth's
going
been
into
playing
the mine
well.
shafts
this
now.
is like you going into this game now, it's like, it looks tough. A month or so ago when Canaries had just come off that big win and Bournemouth was being Bournemouth, you could have probably looked at this one and said that it might be competitive, but I don't know if it's going to be.
Well, I mean, Callum Wilson's in good form. And Pookie's not in good form for Norwich. So, and I used to say Norwich was a good home team, and then they shit the bed last week at home.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, it's tough to call. Pookie's coming off the 2-goal performance today for Finland, so maybe that wakes him back up.
Seeing the ball go in the back of the net, maybe gets him going.
And it's still Bournemouth. We'll see. We will see. Maybe I don't know. We're not picking that one either, are we? That was not on the list.
No, that was not on the list.
All right, good.
That didn't make it.
That would have been I would have been torn on that one because I'm having a hard time still picking
You
against
can't
my
stop.
Canaries. I can't stop. I'm hooked. I'm hooked on Pookie and Todd Cantwell.
You have so much faith in the lads.
Yeah.
But
That front line's good. They just can't stop anybody.
no, they can't.
They need to score 4 every week.
I think Bournemouth comes out and kills them.
Probably. All right. Next.
Villa at home versus Brighton.
Nice. Brighton coming off a big victory against Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Villa just dominated Norwich 5-1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2 teams that are playing pretty good ball right
I
now.
would say Villa has been actually playing well.
Yeah.
Last week they thrashed Norwich 5-1. And you saw, I mean, Villa, they've been a little unlucky so far. At least, well, their fans have seemed to think so with that whole debacle after that one game where they didn't call the PK or the free kick or whatever it was.
I don't disagree with them. They had a case.
They might have had a case. Might have.
But regardless.
They have been playing really well. The Gulls are, I just can't figure them out to save my life. You know, one week they'll lay an egg, they won't score, and then the next week they'll put up a 3-spot. I mean, is Connolly going to continue scoring for them?
I mean, he's got to obviously continue playing for them. Coming
Right.
off his debut, you got to keep rolling with this kid now. That's a no doubt.
So,
in my
yeah, the
mind.
youngster Aaron Connolly had 2 last week, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I haven't seen Trossard in forever. Is he
He'll
fit?
be back. Yeah, he's fit. I think he's just been quiet. I think he played in this past.
Was that the first
game.
week or second week of
Yeah,
the season? He did great.
Opening week, yeah, he had a debut goal for them.
That's right. We gave him a shout out.
Yeah, he got his shout out, and
Trossard.
yeah, he's kind of. But I think they'll all come together, and I think we were wrong. That was one thing we may have been wrong. We picked them to go down. The way things are panning out now, I know it's still early, but there's some bright spots for them. Bright spots for Brighton.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
They have some
maybe.
good youth with
They do.
Conley. Yeah, so
They got to put it all together, though.
they do. And this is a battle between 14 and 15. So this is a big game for both teams.
Because usually it's like, all right, well, you get maybe Malpaw scoring,
Right.
and then you won't get anybody else to score, or you get Connolly scoring, and then nobody else will. It's like you got to
Everybody's got to kind of come together.
collectively, again, international break, maybe they come in like, hey, guys, we're not that bad of a team.
Yeah.
Like, we can do this.
Yeah.
So,
But Villa can score too, though.
yeah.
Wesley's a scorer.
They're so young, Villa.
Yeah.
I looked at their ages.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
young. Like
Yeah.
Wesley's 24, I think. This Trezeguet, he's pretty young.
Yeah, Trezeguet's young.
John McGinn's only 25. I
Yeah.
thought he was older than that.
They got a pretty good young base, too.
Yeah. So I think it's one of those where, do we see Brighton, a shitty Brighton team, like they've been known to do, or they come out with a little bit of momentum from
I don't know.
the week before?
It'd be kind of hard to pick against Villa at home, I guess, right now.
Yeah. But hey,
We'll see.
we'll see.
Yeah, that's not a picker either.
Moving on down, Chelsea, my boys, versus Newcastle. I'm saying this is.
Yeah, come on.
I'm saying this one is gonna be like 3-0. We're gonna
Yeah, we're not
house Newcastle.
picking. This isn't part of our picks either, because if you don't, there's a problem.
I know.
Because you guys have been playing so well too.
What happened to Joe Linton?
He went to Newcastle. It's not his fault. If you have nobody that can get you the ball and you're a scorer reliant on people distributing you the ball so you can finish, you're kind of in a bad spot. Like, he's not a self-creator so much as a finisher.
Right.
And he needs people that are able to deliver the ball and cross the ball, and he can get his head on it, or, and it's not happening.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately for Newcastle,
Yeah.
and maybe fortunately for him, I think
Almiron
they're
is-
going to continue to struggle. They'll get relegated,
Mhm.
and he'll be able to go off somewhere else because they're not going to.
Well, Almiron hasn't done shit since he's been there.
He has not. And again, is it him, or is it the system? Is it Steve Bruce's system and putting him
I
at
said
a right
Steve
wing
Bruce was
spot?
on the hot seat,
He still
and then
should
he got
be.
a win last week.
Yeah, well, that's what they keep doing.
Well, what the hell?
These lucky ass coaches, they get a win that they probably didn't deserve.
And I mean, the Chelsea side, I think after this last game, Tammy keeps doing his thing. Mason Mount continues to impress.
Yeah, they won 4 out of their last 5. I mean,
Will we see a Pulisic, or will he just be on the bench? Will he not even be on the bench?
why wouldn't you start him against Newcastle?
I don't know. Ask Frank.
Well, I will ask Frank. If we'll have to wait and see what happens on Saturday, but I would gladly ask Frank because that's like a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, that's a
Perfect
good game
opportunity
too.
to get him
And he
in
got an
there.
assist last game.
Yeah,
Got his feet wet a little bit.
He's not playing bad. He's just, again, we talk about it. You're roadblocked by guys.
Yeah.
It was like to throw this reference out there, but everybody from this area knows when Ryan Howard was a prospect in the minors, he was blocked by Jim Thome.
Yep.
Ryan Howard probably could have had 100 more home runs to add to his career bonus if he wasn't blocked by a guy named Jim Thome.
True.
Sometimes it happens in sports. You get blocked by a better player that's been doing it longer, and eventually you get your chance to shine. And at some point, Williams' contract will run up. Pulisic's the future. Him, Mount, Tammy, they could be a very dangerous team.
Absolutely.
And I hate it.
I said the kids are all right. I
Yeah.
said it in our recording the other day. I
They're
was
in
like,
good shape, man.
I'm doing good. I think they come out and just pound them up
Yeah,
for sure.
do your thing.
All right. So
Here comes our first pick of the
pick'em.
week.
Leicester host Burnley.
Yes.
And Burnley's playing like better than I expected them to this year.
They're still kind of Burnley, though, because they go win, draw, loss, win. But they are playing well. When they're playing well, they're playing well.
Right. And you have a Leicester team who's
Hot.
really good,
Yeah.
and especially at home too.
Yeah, they're tough at the King Power Stadium.
The old KP, baby.
Yeah.
And so we're going to pick this one. Do you want me to start this week? I forget
I don't remember
started.
what we did because we've had the time off. I'll defer to you. Your
Ooh.
call.
Ooh.
I'll Doug Peterson it. I'll defer to you. What do you
Stop.
I'm mean. I know.
I
I got to play to the market,
Stop. All right. Well, I'm going to say Leicester being home. They've been really good at home the whole year. I'm gonna ride the Fox into the sunset. 2-1. Leicester.
All right, well, I'm not picking against them because of everything they've done for me this year. And I got a newfound favorite in my boy Tielemans.
Yeah, you're Telemans.
Yeah, from
Belgian.
from Belgium. He is an 80 FIFA card. This is the best 80 I've ever played with.
Oh, he should be more than an 80.
Dude, it's weird. He's an 80, but he commands that game. His passing's good. His shooting, I got him the other day, and it fits in my chemistry. So you know how I am with my FIFA guys. You do good for me in FIFA. I ride you in real life. Leicester 3-1, just to have a score differential between us so I can get the 4 points.
Okay.
I'm taking that third goal.
All your fucking points have been on Leicester.
They have
this
been.
year,
I've got like 26 points, and I think 18 of them have come from Leicester. Whatever. You mostly pick who we get to pick each week.
I'm just picking good games.
They're usually in a good game. I'm riding them. You're riding them too. One of us has to hope to get the right score. That's all.
True. But yeah, I think it's a Leicester win for sure.
Yeah.
Score,
No doubt.
we'll see.
What about this next one?
Spurs at home against the lowly Watford.
Well, it's a perfect time to look at the question, right? We had the question about Watford.
Yeah.
Do we have any response to the question about Watford?
I don't know, Ralph. Was that on YouTube?
Yeah, I'll get it real quick. Lenny also chimes in on YouTube. He says, great content, guys. Love the show. Bless up, fam.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Lenny.
And
Appreciate
then
it, bro.
Tommy over on YouTube as well, little
Bless
double
up.
dipping. He agrees to the poll as well on the YouTube side.
Nice. Oh, that's probably my boy L-Dog, Lenny. So, checking us out. Thanks, fam.
So the poll on YouTube is, will Watford remain winless by the Christmas Boxing Day break?
I mean,
Thoughts?
I would absolutely say yes. The only way I don't want it to be is if they win this week because they're playing
Yo,
the
that'd be great.
Spurs.
At home, I mean, if Spurs lose at home to Watford, I mean, Pochettino's got to be out,
Honestly, if they draw at home to Watford, he's kind of
He's
got to
done?
be out. Yeah, but definitely loss. If you lose this game, there's no way he keeps his job. If you lose
right? I don't
to
even
this
think he does a
Watford
press
team.
conference.
Yeah.
I think he'd know. He'd just, like, walk away like, oh, shit.
That would be awesome. Actually,
That
no,
would
it
be
wouldn't
pretty
because then they would get somebody good in to coach him, and they have talent, and then they'd move back up again, and I don't want that. So
True.
let him win this week. They can have their 4-0 win against Watford this week, and he can keep his job, just so he can fuck it up
Sure.
again. Yeah, I'm all right with it.
But, yeah.
Yeah, that's not
don't
not
even
even
know.
good. We shouldn't talk.
I feel like
If you don't win this game handily,
with the roster that Spurs have, we don't like to I know you're going to shit on them,
we should. They're the Spurs.
but I promise
Spurs are
you
shit.
I'm not going to shit on them on purpose. They have a great roster and a great lineup, but it's just, I don't know.
I like players on their
I
team.
think they've given up on the manager.
If they weren't on that team, I would like them. There's a lot of guys that I respect their game. I just, once they go on that team, I can't.
Just can't do it.
Can't.
So, hey,
So.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They better win.
They
have
they
to.
better win this game. If they don't win this game, I can't wait till next week's show. It's gonna be fun.
You're gonna poke James.
It's gonna be fun.
James.
Hi,
Hope you're
James.
watching, bud.
Hi, James.
Wolves.
Wolves Southampton.
Ooh.
That could be a fun one.
Ooh.
Could be. Wolves are playing really good.
I mean, if
again.
anybody besides Danny Ings would like to score for Southampton, they can come forward
Yeah.
because no one else
There's
is.
no one that's gonna come forward.
What about Janipo?
Janipo got one Premier League goal of the month
Did he?
last month. Yeah,
That's
that goal
solo
was,
goal.
That solo
Yeah,
goal was
that was
nasty.
dirty.
So he did win. So there are two guys that can score there, but they got to kind of do it on the same day and maybe put a game together and get another victory because
Janipo.
they're in danger of going back to Southampton again. They win, lose, win, and now 2 L's in a row. You can't follow that up with
Well,
a
Wolves
third.
has got what? They won 2 in a row.
Wolves technically 3 in a row in all competitions. 2
3
in a row in the Prem.
You're right.
And then a draw and a loss recently. So out of their last 5, they're 3-1-1. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely. And at home, they've usually been a good home team this year for the most part. I think Southampton, knowing Southampton, they'll probably pull one out of their ass and draw and just keep staying up like we always talk about.
Yeah, and they'll probably both be happy with that. And,
I'm sure.
Yeah. The name of their guys' games is to stay up.
I think Ralphie's going to be pretty happy
Yeah.
For what?
for
Not-
the game.
Oh, yeah, not this Ralphie.
We have both. We have
Oh,
2
yeah.
Ralphies.
We have 2 Ralphies now. We have this Ralphie.
and Ralph Hasenhutel.
Ralph Hasenhutel.
That's amazing.
That's his boy. That's the head coach of Southampton.
True.
It's fantastic.
But, yeah, I think it's a Wolvesy win.
Yeah.
We're not going to pick it, but
No, we're not going to pick it.
let's see.
We are going to pick this one, however, though.
Yeah, Palace.
The last game on
The
Saturday.
12:30 game on Saturday, Palace versus Man City.
That will be on your regular television network, too. That's usually on, regular NBC?
Yes.
Yeah, so anybody who wants to watch that one, that's a good one to watch.
If you're not watching college foosball.
Yeah, you could sneak this one in.
This is a good one, though.
It could be a very good one. City coming off an embarrassing loss.
Unless you get a really pissed off Man City team.
Which the last time they were really pissed off, they beat somebody 8-0.
True.
And the 5 of the goals were in the first, 22 minutes of the game, something like that, 25 minutes of the game.
Yes.
It was 5-0.
But then they also laid an egg last week.
Right. And Palace, I don't think is as bad as who they were playing when they did that,
Right.
which was Watford.
Mm-hmm.
And, it should be a good game, hopefully, competitive game. Palace has been playing better.
Again, Palace just up and down,
They are.
riding the wave.
They are, but they've won 3 of their last 5.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's, one. So that's legit. They're finding ways to win.
Yeah.
Zaha seems like he might actually care.
Just maybe.
Yeah.
Now that they've gotten to, I don't even know what his deal is. He's one of those head cases that it's just like
He
head
scored
scratcher.
for Ivory Coast the other
Did
day. Yeah.
I saw he even had an assist too.
Yeah.
He's a good player. Just he's in that Pogba status of Mr. Diva, play when I want.
Well, his thing was comparably to Pogba, though. I will get Pogba was playing for Man United, which is a top team.
Mhm.
Zaha's biggest complaint was, I want to play for a top team.
Right.
He was tired of playing for a mediocre team. Palace hadn't really done anything in the offseason to make the team better. He was disappointed. He wanted out. They are playing like a top team, record-wise,
Yeah.
standings-wise. So maybe if that continues, he will just get happier and not want to leave so much. But we'll see. I know our DC fans would be happy about that because he'd be a tough one to lose for them.
Yeah.
He's tough to replace. That's a lot of scoring.
Hell yeah. I guess you can start with this one. The score.
Oh,
Prediction.
yeah. It is my prediction. So, with all that being said,
You're going to go City, though.
I am, because I told them I won't pick Palace anymore. So,
Sucking off Palace.
in hopes that Palace is going to win the game, I'm going to pick City, and I'm going to pick City in a 4-1 victory.
4-1.
4-1 victory after a bad loss.
See, I was thinking along the lines of, what did I say? 3-1.
3-1. Okay, so we got a score difference again. Perfect.
I know it's going to be more than 2, but I feel like I'll give Palace a goal.
Yeah.
But knowing that, they'll probably get shut out at home.
So we got 4-1 and 3-1.
4-1, 3-1
All right.
for the citizens.
Beautiful.
All right.
We got 2 games left.
Yeah, only one on Sunday, which I don't understand why they keep doing this shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
11:30, which would have been good on paper. Man United versus Liverpool.
Yeah.
I
don't.
United is just like,
Not good.
where are we going with the direction of this team?
Yeah, 1 win in
Have
their last 5.
Have they given up on Ole Gunnar?
I think so. I think Ole's given up on them. They've given up on Ole, and
Pogba has given up on
Pogba's given
everyone.
up. Yeah.
He wants out.
Pogba wants to go sit on the beaches of Italy somewhere, and
They have no one else to score, really.
yeah.
It's just, and then running into a Liverpool team who will score
Yeah,
and
in
will
bunches.
defend.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game.
We're gonna pick this one as well, because on paper it should have been good. It could be still good, but I'm gonna say 3-0 Liverpool shutting out,
A lot of our picks,
and then Ole Gunnar gets canned.
gunned out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of our picks are going to be similar this week. And as far as result, we're just going to have to kind of compete on score. So, would you go 3?
3. It could be worse.
It could be worse.
Could be very bad.
I'm going to give them a 4-1 win, too.
Yeah.
I'll give United a goal somehow. Danny James or something sneaks one. It's my boy. The Welsh.
I don't
I was
even
watching
know.
him play the other day for Wales.
He's so good.
Yeah, that
Well, quicker.
Croatia game. That was a
Quick
good game.
guy.
That was a good game. But, yeah,
mean-
Liverpool's probably rolling in this game, no problem again.
Making it 9 for 9.
9 for 9, I think.
So I'm sorry to all the United fans.
Yeah.
You're looking. Your days are bleak here.
Yeah, sorry, Fritz.
Fritzy.
Yeah, he's a United guy.
Bummer, dude.
Sorry. And
So Monday,
Monday Night Football,
the Blades,
3 p.m. our time, so it's not night, but night over there.
Sheffield versus Arsenal.
Yes.
Um,
Gunners. It's my team.
I don't even know where to go with this one.
Dude, I don't know where to go with this one, and we got to pick
I
this
love
one,
Sheffield.
too. You do love Sheffield.
I love them, but
And I love Arsenal, but it's
I
also a road game for Arsenal,
yes.
coming off an international break.
Yes.
And they're just Arsenal, and this is the shit that
Yes.
drives me crazy, and we do dumb things in these games and end up tying them or possibly even losing them.
Which is a great segue to my pick.
Ooh. What you got?
1-1.
Draw. That's a, like...
I always have to throw a draw card down one game out of the week.
We both usually throw a draw card during the week. The first 3 weren't really the ability to do so. Maybe the Leicester game you could have. As an Arsenal fan, the smart move would be to throw the draw card this week because I just said exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to because they're playing good. They're in 3rd place. They need to keep this rolling. We need a victory. 3-1 Arsenal on the road.
Whoa.
Let's go, Gunners.
Bold
Bold,
statements.
baby.
Wow,
Bold.
he's going 3-1.
3-1 on the road.
I mean, that would be the differentiating game of the
Liverpool couldn't – they could only muster one when they went and played Sheffield on the road.
True.
And I'm giving Arsenal 3, so that's a fanboy pick right there. But I usually don't make those, but it's time to show that this team's legit. Pepe scored also for Ivory Coast in the last game they played. So I feel like he's maybe starting to loosen up now a little bit. He's starting to learn the league a little bit.
Loosen up, baby.
And we're going to have something for these blades. We're going to chop them up a little bit.
Easy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so that's the rundown of Week 9. Should be pretty good. I mean, again, this league, you just never know what the hell is going to happen.
You don't. We could be completely off in all these picks, and we've been pretty close, I think, for the last 5 or 6 weeks. We've nailed a few right on.
We'll see after the international break if I'm not coming out a little rusty out of the gate.
Yeah, I need you to because I had a commanding lead, and now you've caught
yeah,
right up on my heels.
I'm within 2 points of him, which is awesome.
At one point, I believe it was about a 15, 13-point lead through a couple weeks of the year. So, yeah, you've made up great ground, my friend.
True that. So, I guess I have one question from our man Eric.
Yeah.
As part of the Q&A. Real quick, we can
we can get that. We can sneak the Q&A in, and I'll make my yellow card, red card quickly.
Cool.
'Cause I don't have a lot to say.
Eric said, he said, where did it all go wrong for Man United and Tottenham, but mainly United? And what year did it start, in our opinion? When was it right after Alex Ferguson, or was it?
I would say once you hired
the David Moyes.
Once you hired Mourinho is where it started going wrong, as to me for United.
When you get that jackass in there.
Yeah, I've never liked Mourinho. I think he trained under some of the greatest.
Right.
And I think it went to his own head, and he's not as great as he thinks he is.
Right.
I think the people that were above him were pretty great, and I think he was part of some great teams, but I don't think it all had to do with him.
No way.
You know, I watched the thing on Sir Alex Ferguson, and he gives Mourinho a lot of credit and stuff, but I don't think a lot of that was his doing.
True.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to say I think it was right after Alex Ferguson. I mean, how can you replace such a legendary manager? And to keep that up and to where it is right now is so disappointing, even though I'm not a United fan in, like, the slightest bit.
Yeah.
But it's still like...
Oh, it is. You want to see those teams be those teams.
They're such a historic team.
Right.
And,
it's like in any sport, you want to see those classic historic teams still be competitive and the best, because then when you beat them, it's like an even bigger feat.
It's like, yeah, we beat United.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, we beat United. Like, we better beat United, yeah.
But yeah, I think it was right after. It just, ever since, it's been managers you've selected. Mourinho, I don't care. He's an idiot. And Moyes and Van Gaal, and the list could go on.
Yeah, I guess Arsenal was a little different because Wegener was kind of like going down as he left anyway. Like, Arsenal was struggling late in his career.
Right.
So it wasn't as big. Like, the struggles came with him, and now it's being rebuilt. So, yeah,
sure.
you're probably not off on that.
Yeah. So thanks, Eric, for the question, my man.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, and Spurs went down because Spurs are shit, and that's why the Spurs went down, to answer the other part of his question.
True.
Don't ask me about the Spurs on this show.
I won't ever again.
Yes, you will.
I know I will.
You love my Spurs rants.
All right. So I guess to finish out, we'll do our red card, yellow card segment and put some motherfuckers on blast.
So,
yellow card.
I have 2 yellow cards this week. First one, LA Galaxy. You were on the yellow. You brought in one of the highest paid, most prolific players in the last 20 years of the game, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and you cannot get a home playoff game. You can't win in the playoffs. And again, you don't get a home playoff game, and you're going to lose to Minnesota. And if you don't, then I'm wrong, but right now I have them on notice. And my other one is U.S. Soccer still, because that was a great game against Cuba. But you got to show me something tonight. Tonight is the night.
Show me more, baby. Let's go.
See what we can do 7:30 against Canada.
Let's beat those Canadian fucks, eh?
Yes. So, you got any yellows that you want to?
I do. Greg Berghalter kind of piggybacking off you, I'm still not convinced, buddy. You're still picking Zardes, Will Trapp. I don't need to see these guys anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't need to.
He didn't start him last week, though. So
That's good.
Yeah.
But watch tonight
We'll
when the
see.
lineups come out.
Yeah,
He'll be
we'll
in
see.
there. And also yellow, Pogba. If you're a true superstar, I think Man United fans need you to kind of step up and actually do something and be the leader that you're supposed to be.
If you're still there and you're wearing the jersey, I don't disagree.
On blast.
And red card, I'm going to make it simple, keep it simple. Bulgaria.
Yeah.
You get my red card. The Bulgarian fans, it's absolute bullshit. There's no place for
We
it
don't
in any
need
of these
that.
games. These guys are out there playing their ass off. It's 2019. Give it up. End it.
We just don't need it.
No, we don't.
What's my red card? I'm going to give it to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think he's going to get destroyed this week.
You're just killing United. I love it.
I don't mean to, United fans, I swear.
I love it.
I really
love
like
it.
you guys, but you guys are,
They are. I mean, they're killable right now.
you get crushed by Liverpool this week. There's a lot of shaking up going on.
Yeah, there has
So-
to be.
And my last red card to Danny Royer, so fuck off Red Bull.
He had to go there.
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely had to go there. Right.
Putting him on blast, boy.
Yes. So check us out. We will be at the game again on Sunday, 3
Mhm.
p.m. We're going to run it on the Kicking It Stateside Facebook Live. We're going to have some pregame festivities. And then
We'll be in the parking lot. Lot C. Shout out Lot C.
yeah, we'll be hanging out. I'm going to be looking for my Red Army brethren, so I have some backers there.
Yeah, we'll be tailgating some burgers and dogs and
I'll be there as well.
Yes, you
Ralph.
will
I'll
be.
be, I'll be working it. So
Yes.
let me know where you guys are. I'll come over.
Yes.
You said Lot C, right?
we'll be in Lot C.
We'll be in Lot C before the game, and then what section are we sitting in?
I want to
Do you
say
remember?
114.
I believe
Okay.
we're in 114, yes.
All right.
So we're kind of like, we've been in agree that we're going to stay away from the supporter groups when we go to these games. One, because if we want to go live, it's kind of hard to hear anything.
Yeah.
And two, it's not fair since we both root for these teams, for either one of us. So,
And it's a stripe out they just announced.
oh boy,
Yep. So
Oh.
every other section is going to be different color blue.
I'm going to be standing out like a sore thumb. I'm coming in red.
Let's go, baby!
I'm going to buy something red. I'm coming hard in red. I don't even want to be incognito. Red Army, I am with you.
Let's go, baby.
New York Red Bulls on Twitter.
Come on to you, baby.
They are constantly liking my tweets when I tweet about them, so hopefully they will start following the show too. And Union, I'm always tweeting your boys too. I'm being fair
Thank you.
since I run the Twitter page.
Thank you.
I don't go one-sided. I follow Dortmund. I
Good.
follow Chelsea.
Good.
Even Chelsea USA.
Mm,
I even give them a shout out.
I follow them too.
Team
Shout out.
USA men's soccer, home or abroad, we wear these colors with pride.
Nice.
They say they're ready to go tonight. We have the 11. Can we sneak it in? We have time. Goalie, Zach Steffen. DeAndre Yedlin. Michael Bradley. Yay. He put him in the lineup. He understands. Lovitz, McKinney, Pulisic, Morris, Ream, Roldan, Sargent, and Aaron Long. Don't hate it.
Okay.
Mostly young kids.
True.
Got Bradley in there. Make a couple good subs. He's not starting Zardes. You should be thrilled.
Right.
I like it.
Hey, Ralphie, before we get out of here, what was the final on the poll?
100% agreed on YouTube.
Nice.
100%.
No surprise.
Yep.
No surprise.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
Good.
So let's do our thing tonight. Come back strong next week with some happy news on U.S. men's soccer. And
I expect a big win.
hell yeah.
So, all right, guys, from me and Brian, Kicking It Stateside boys, we will see you guys next Tuesday, 5 o'clock.
Later.
Have a good one.
Late.